Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into some really charming material you sent us.
Yeah, it's all about these two dog friends and their adventures in the backyard.
Exactly. We've got these text excerpts describing their playtime, and it's quite the pair, Remy. He's a lab, maybe a bit older, a bit more experienced.
Right. And then there's Luna, this super bouncy Amstaff, loads of energy.
But what's really interesting is the connection between them, despite those, different energy levels.
Absolutely. You feel this vibrant sort of friendship. So, our mission today, I guess, is to dig into that friendship dynamic. What makes their imaginative play tick?
Okay, let's get started. So the whole adventure kicks off with Luna, right? She's like, wake up, sleepyhead, adventure time.
Yeah, full volume, you can imagine. And Remy, he doesn't even hesitate.
Nope. Straight away, it's lead the way, Luna. What's the plan? What does that tell us, that immediate jump in?
Well, it really points to, I think, a deep trust there and just a shared sense of fun. Remy might want a quieter morning, maybe, but he's totally game for whatever Luna brings.
Yeah, he's ready to roll. It really sets up how they work together, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And the mission itself,
Mm.
defeat the Squirrel King.
Love that. Residing in Mrs. Higgins' oak tree, no less. So specific.
It really paints a picture. And at Remy, his first instinct is strategy.
Right. He's thinking tactics, like distraction, speed, and what was it?
A really good squeaky toy.
Yes.
Yeah.
A squeaky toy. So very practical, sort of problem-solving focus.
Which is interesting because Luna's idea is, well, a bit grander.
Oh, yeah. Forget the squeaky toy. She wants to build a super catapult.
Just leaps right over the practical stuff. So what's that tell us about her approach?
Big picture thinker, spontaneous, ambitious, maybe. It's a fantastic contrast to Remy's planning.
It really is. But here's the cool part. They don't just, argue about it. They merge the ideas.
Mm-hmm. Remy gets on board with the catapult. He's right in there helping build it.
And they're using everything. The garden hose, an umbrella.
Yeah,
You can just picture the chaos.
totally. The backyard becomes this flurry of activity, gathering stuff for ammo toys, probably some sticks.
So how does that teamwork, that blending of ideas, shape their actual play?
I think it shows this amazing synergy. They're both bringing something different to the table, but towards this shared, slightly bonkers goal.
Right. They find that common ground, and it makes the whole thing richer, probably more fun.
Definitely. And the outcome is perfect, really. They don't catch the Squirrel King.
Nope. Total failure on that front.
But they find other treasures, old tennis balls, a muddy patch.
The celebratory mud roll. Classic.
Exactly. So the fun wasn't just about winning against the squirrel. It was about the whole crazy attempt.
The shared silliness of it all, and even the mishap with Mrs. Higgins's flowers.
Yeah, they accidentally water them with the hose, I think.
Uh-huh. But she's not mad. She's just amused. What does that add to the picture?
Well, it suggests they're generally good-natured dogs, you know? Maybe Mrs. Higgins is used to their antics and adds this layer of, like, community acceptance of their joyful chaos.
Yeah, like their fun is infectious, even when it involves accidental gardening.
Precisely. And then at the end of the day, they just collapse together, exhausted but happy.
And Luna's verdict. That was the UT most, greatest, most epic adventure ever.
You gotta love her enthusiasm. And Remy just agrees. Totally content.
Yeah. The source mentions that, even though Remy gets tired faster these days, Luna makes every day feel like this joyful, messy, gloriously FN adventure, and he loves it.
It's a lovely picture of their bond.
So if we had to pull out a key takeaway from all this,
I think it's really about the power of friendship, especially when different personalities click, you know? They complement each other. Luna brings the spark, maybe Remy brings a bit of grounding, or just happy companionship.
and how imaginative play, even just in a backyard, can be incredibly powerful, creates real joy.
Absolutely. It doesn't need to be complicated.
That really is beautifully put. It kind of makes you pause and think, doesn't it? About maybe letting a bit more of that spontaneity, that imagination into our own routines.
Yeah, find your own Squirrel King to playfully chase after.
Exactly. What slightly ridiculous, fun adventure could you maybe create today? Perhaps the real point isn't achieving the goal, but just embracing the joyful mess along the way.